Weak and woke on the world stage. It's not doing us any particular favors, is it? Ukraine continues to pound out with all of our money. Israel involved in a wider conflict now that could expand at any moment because Israel is going to respond to the attack by Iran with all those ballistic missiles. Israel's going to respond. Joining me now is John Ullyot, former White House National Security Council spokesman and deputy assistant to President Trump. John, you also served in the military. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate your insights.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this. Biden and Harris, weak and woke on the world stage. What has it done for us? I mean, look, the domestic policies are terrible. We're weak at home. And on the world stage, is there any respect? I mean, every time I see Joe Biden teeter out, it's like nobody can take this guy seriously, which is why these world leaders come to America right now and they go meet with Donald Trump. What else would I take from it?
Question about it, Steve. You've got it, nailed it on the head. Bottom line is that if you look at where the president was under President Trump and where we were, Iran had $7 billion, period, in terms of overall assets that it had. Now it has over $80 billion to fund Hamas, fund Hezbollah all around the world. You've got the disastrous pullout of Afghanistan, where, remember, Kamala Harris said famously that she was the last person in the room when they made the decision to have that disastrous pullout, gave up Bagram Air Force Base, basically took out our forces before taking out those who had worked for us there. And as a result, we left them with $85 billion worth of our own military equipment there for the Taliban that's being sold to different groups around the world. And then suddenly what happens? Then you have Putin who looks at that and he says, well, great, I've got a green light now. 6 months later to go straight into Ukraine. And then we've got we're on the brink of nuclear war there. And then, of course, what happens with Gaza, they look at the Hamas looks at the weakness that we had in pulling out of Afghanistan, and they say, great, this is our time to paraglide over and kill about 1,200 Israelis and bring about another 250 hostages back. And that's been a mess for the last year. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary there. And this is just, it just writes itself. I mean, this is a book that goes through its 50 essays that talk about exactly what happened. Look, people forget about the spy balloon. Remember when the spy balloon, where Harris allowed this balloon to go over our most sensitive military installations for 4 days and just collect all sorts of intelligence?
And just downplayed it